I go, and it was nothing like what I thought. Okay, and when I the second part of my talk about a message I have for you as ladies, you know what I'm saying, in the process as well. A bigger message I want y'all to kind of keep in mind, in the back of your mind, in your heart, that you may have a plan, but always leave room for God to see what God can do in your life. So I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm doing all these things. Has anybody ever seen the movie Karate Kid? Yeah. What's up, man? Y'all? How old are y'all in here? What's the age group in here? 20?
18 to 35.
Okay, then, cool. All right, okay. All right, Karate Kid. You ever remember the scene when he's like, you know, like, he got mad at Mr. Miyagi? He was like, we can be washing cars and doing painting fences, right? He was like, we'll do back sauce. He do a punching, right? And he do back right? The gifted event is a culmination of my wax on, wax off, my painting fences. Because if I didn't have the mentality and I didn't have the heart to pursue being independent, to learn how to capture moments in video, right? And then knowing how to edit it myself, I wouldn't be able to capture the emotion and the experience that I was having in my barbershop and salon. If I wasn't doing spoken word poetry, I would never have learned how to be confident in front of strangers, expressing myself vulnerably on a regular basis, to therefore be in front of you all today, speaking the way that I am about something that I get to do, right? If I didn't do commercials and stage plays and all that, right? I would never have been able to sit in front of Jennifer Hudson and have a vibe, right? And which I don't know, because like when I went to the show, right? I walked out, you gotta see my walk is kind of happy. Because this is my moment, right? This is a reenactment. So they call my name out, I walk out like, oh, lights everywhere, audience and everything, right? I'm like, man, like, this is lit. I say, hey, everybody, how you doing? Like that. Everybody way back. Wait, thank you. I walk over to it, I'm like, Jennifer. Times in your life when you just want to give up. You just want to stop. You're like, man, what's all this adding up to? What's it all for? I might cry. I'm secure in that, right? So, like, what is it all for? What is it all adding up to? What am I doing it for? And you want to quit. But if you like, God knows your story, but you don't know your story. And if you quit before the culmination of your experiences ever happen, you would never know who you are. You never know why you're here. The change that is able to happen in my chair, in my shop, is because I meet the children and their parents as a human being first. And I see them as that. And when I talk to them, when I'm able to create a safe space emotionally before anything ever happens, for them to be walk around my shop and touch things and get acclimated to the space. If I didn't learn, I didn't accept that God did the same thing for me and allowed me to discover myself, do my portion, do all the things I was doing, whatever I was thinking like doing. If He didn't allow me that space to just expand and feel my way through this life, I would not be doing the same thing for them. And so my friend, with that being said, she said like everyone has a shine. And when you walk in your divine alignment, you're going to shine a certain way. And when you shine a certain way, it's with the attention not to you, but you get the attention, but they see the glory of Him. And that's how it all goes. I can't tell you about my story without letting you know like who gets the glory, because it's not. I don't look at it like it's me. I don't. That's why it's like of all the beautiful things I've done before the gifted event, yes, it got attention. But when you watch my videos that have most of this room that have seen the videos of my work, that when you watch it, and so many people are in tears when you watch it, touched a certain kind of way. Because God is in it. And I continue. You clap for that? That's for sure. Give me a check. Don't be apologetic for how you were designed. You know, in the message as I transitioned to this part of my talk, I was like, they're not being apologetic. Like, you really have to take time to learn who you are. And ask yourself those hard questions. You know those are, and you've been avoiding. Why am I, like, why do I do X, Y, and Z? Why hang around people that really don't need us to be for real, for real? Why do I keep doing this over and over again? What is it tied to? All of those things. Because when you start asking yourself those questions, you become like a gardener in the garden. Before you plant the seed, you gotta turn that soil around. You gotta get that soil prepared to receive the seed that is ready to receive. You gotta do it. Your growth, your tomorrow person is dependent upon the hard questions that are beautiful questions that are scary. You have to have those what we call courageous conversations with yourself. And then answer the questions. And then when you get those answers, respect those answers. Which brings us to another part, your boundaries. When you respect your boundaries will always protect you. I'm gonna say it again. When you respect your boundaries will always protect you. You know what your boundaries are? The things that whenever you encounter somebody, you start feeling hella worried about, like, I don't like that. But if you go for it anyway, and then what happens? You get embarrassed, you take the cost about it, you're upset, X, Y, and Z. And what happens is a lot of us typically blame that other person for the boundaries that we didn't even respect. But when you learn to respect your boundaries, for those who see my videos, when you saw your first one of mine, what were your thoughts about it?
So mine was kind of, when I saw your first video, it was actually, I used to teach, it was like one of the boys, Steven.
What about it?
First time I saw your video, it was like, there was this little boy, and he came in, wasn't happy, and you just immediately, like, secluded him in a way where he knew he was safe and comfortable.
Yes, ma'am?
I just after watching your videos, I think it proves there's a lot of power in having patience with people and just hearing them out. Seeing, like you said, seeing them as a human being, first and foremost.
Thank you. That went down. What's up?
I think something we're seeing more now with stylists, especially like you, is that this isn't a corporation you're on, it's a passion.
Yes. All right. Yeah. It's about time, yeah.
All right, do you want to get a picture with everybody?
Absolutely.
Y'all want to get a picture?